Good morning. Welcome back to the Red Mic. Happy Monday. Today's Red Mic message, the Partridge method. I'm not talking about Keith. I'm not talking about Danny. I'm not even talking about my college friend Richard. What am I talking about? Well, I came across this short video from an 18-year-old cross-country runner who apparently is a straight A student and uses what she calls the partridge in a pear tree way to study. Now, she's not trying to be clever. She's not selling a course. She's explaining how she learns a lot of information without burning out. She's not trying to be clever. She's not selling anything. It's pretty simple. Add one thing, then repeat everything you've learned so far, then add the next thing, and then keep repeating it all over again, just like the 12 Days of Christmas. Reminded me of something. But before we get into that, welcome back to Red Mike Messages. Leadership and life lessons picked up from 25 years as a public servant, 16 years as a youth football coach and scouting volunteer, and 10 years as a mediocre athlete with far more heart than actual physical ability. This runner, she did not invent the technique. If you've been in business, if you've ever taught anybody, you probably recognize it immediately. Cumulative repetition, active recall, space practice, different names, same idea, right? But the way she talked about it caught my ear. She didn't use any jargon, didn't use any pseudoscience, didn't talk about optimize your brain or any of that sort of nonsense. Just a young runner explaining a boring system that works for her and then thinks that would work for you. And I thought, well, this is a Red Mic message all day long because this is the kind of stuff I used to do. That's why Coach Tyler had us repeat the same plays over and over and over again. That's why when I was coaching kids, I would, walk them through their steps, progression. And it didn't matter if it was a passing progression, a running back wanting to bounce to another hole, a lineman running through his rule in his head. You build on things. Distance runners understand something that a lot of people don't. You don't wake up one day and just run 10 miles. You have to run a half mile, and then you run a half mile again, and then you run 1 mile, and then you run another mile, and then you run, and you do that over and over and over, and you keep adding a little bit more, and you keep repeating the fundamentals long after they become boring. Because the boring is what's going to lead to the next jump, the next step up, the next incremental growth. And the same thing is true in leadership. The same thing is true in learning. Same thing is true in life. Most people want shortcuts. They want hacks. They want a breakthrough moment that, skips the grind. They want, they're like Veruca Salt. They want it now. Yeah. And, the truth is almost always less dramatic. You build by adding one thing at a time. You keep repeating what matters. You don't abandon the basics just because they're familiar or boring. You have to trust that the repetition that you're doing is going to compound, even when it doesn't look like it, even when it seems slow, even when, maybe you're trying to lose weight and you see, well, I only lost a quarter pound this week. I'm killing myself. Why, it's going to get better. Now, this 18-year-old runner explained it with a Christmas song. That doesn't make it less serious. If anything, it makes it more honest because simple systems beat clever ones. Repetition is discipline. Fundamentals win when all the hype is going to fade and fly away. Discipline is more important than motive. It's more important than a good attitude. It's more important than good intentions. Repetition, discipline, fundamentals, the compounding is going to happen quietly. Boring usually works. Why do you do it that way? Because it works. And that's today's Red Mic message. Hope you found it interesting or helpful. I would appreciate a like, a follow, and a share. Since I did bring up the 12 Days of Christmas, it's 23 birds, y'all. 23 different birds over, the 12 days. Who wants to buy 23 birds and give them to their true love? And you, the true love, receiving those birds, do you have some place to keep 23 different kinds of birds? Because these are all different birds. You've got ground birds, you've got foraging birds, you've got flight birds, you've got water bird. It's going to take a couple of hundred, minimum, a couple of hundred square feet of space to take care of all those birds. Plus all the care and upkeep and the temperature differences you're going to need. You didn't give them 23 birds. You gave them an $11,000 bill and a whole lot of work. So I don't think this is actually your true love. I think this is somebody that has something in mind for your life to not be great. When the next time you sing that song, be a little cynical like me and just go, yeah, this person does not love me. Don't give me birds. I don't want birds, especially not 23 dang birds that are going to cost me $11,000 a year. Anyway, but do remember the Partridge method. Hey, maybe listen to some Partridge Family today. I do think I love you. Uh, I love you guys. I'll see you again tomorrow. Happy Christmas week. And until next time, don't forget, life is short. Drink the bourbon. I'll see you tomorrow.